going to camp for 13 years. Not including camp, summer break. I worked with most of these to be taught they're 14 years old, like 15 years. And we've done so many fundraising events, my family and I, that's hard to keep track. Camp is extremely important to me because it's a chance for me to get out to. But spend time with people that I've come to regard as a family. Camp has shown me that I could do anything because he had a try maybe like an atmosphere there. To put a group of mustard people in a non-threatening environment for a week and show them that they could do anything they set their mind to is a great gift. It's something that you can't put a price tag on. From the time I started going to mustard camp in 1979, I've met the greatest group of people. And I was 17 years old when I got there. I'm 30 now. So the whole teenage years, I was confused and felt so awkward about myself. They helped me through it. And I will be grateful to them because as a direct result of my experience in mustard camp, they helped me in a large part become the man I am today.
My name is Robert Schumacher, and I'm usually called Bob. I'm one of Jerry's older kids. I've been with Jerry's organization, the MDA, since about 1951. And in regards to camping, I've gone approximately 29 years out of about the 31 years that the Muscular Dystrophy Association has had health care responsibility. And one of the things that I have observed over the years is the role modeling of the younger generation to the older patients. Many of them come out for one time and they're usually frightened, scared, uncertain, etc. for their own personal wants, needs, requirements. But once they're there, they can't stop coming back. So I think that camping is an integral part of patient service, a very important part. And that's one of the reasons I'm before this panel today. I hope and pray that we can continue on for many, many more years. It does act as a very good psychological therapy in my own viewpoints. Thank you very much.
What? Okay, I've been going to camp for, this next year coming up will be my 10th year. I started working telethon when I was about 13, 14 years old. I got involved because of my mom. She was involved with answering phones, and then she got more and more involved with it. She started doing telethon. Then she thought it would be a good idea for me to go to camp. My first year was, I was 15 years old, and I was terrified at first. I didn't know really what to expect. But after my first day there, talking to a few people, I learned that the wheelchair and the braces, everything is obsolete. There's, there are people the same as me or you. the adults at camp, they really helped me a lot because I wasn't really used to working with younger kids at all. And being able to talk to the adults and get their views and opinions on their diseases and everything, and it kind of made me feel real comfortable at camp. And then actually I started getting more involved with the children, and I learned that the adults really made a big difference with the children. Because at the same respect, it made the children feel more comfortable knowing that what they were going to get into as they grew and progressed with their disease, that they could feel more comfortable and know that, you know, there is life after, you know, afterwards. Fundraising wise, I've done carnivals, bed races, the telethon, special moments. Every time I deal with them, it's a special moment. They're fantastic people. They're actually better people than most able-bodied people, just because.
MDA camp for a number of years now. I'm an adult male camper, and I've seen a lot of good things come out of camp, both for myself and for the other people that I've been involved with, spent a lot of time with, and been with throughout the year, not just during camp. I've been active as a chapter member also lately in the last couple of years. I've done a lot of work volunteering for telethon, fundraising. I've run in a great deal of funds during telethon time, and I feel very strongly about camp, both from my own standpoint and for those of other people. I see a lot of good that it does in the way of patient services. I'm not denying the need for research. I think research is important, very important, and it's something I feel needs to continue, but I think that there's a dilemma we have, and I think we've got to address patient services also, and I consider camp a very major part of patient services because of what I've seen it do for patients. I've seen new people come into camp, and people that have been growing up at camp from year to year, and I see a lot of good that happens, a lot of friendship, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of improvement, a lot of people doing things that they normally wouldn't be able to do if they weren't exposed to it at camp. One example, just of something that happened this year with somebody that I'm very close to, an ALS patient that was able to go sailing this year at camp for the first time because we set up a program where we offered that opportunity for some of the camp members. And we followed that up with an after-camp program which enabled people to participate in the sport and do something they've never done before and experience an excitement, a life, a feeling for life that they never would have had the opportunity to experience. I've written for the local MDA newsletter here in the Chicago area for a while. I've written a lot of articles and kind of narrowed it down to pictures saying 1,000 words. I think I've got one picture here that can say more than I could have written throughout the years, and I'd like to show you that picture. It's something that happened as a result of our camping program. To me, this says more than any words I could say, and it shows something that's a direct result of the camping experience.
Camp volunteer at summer camp, and both years I've been involved with the older campers, and I'd just like to say that I think camp's a great experience, and I think it's a great experience for the older guys, and I think they have a definite role at camp. They offer a lot of knowledge and different skills and hobbies and interests that they share with everyone in camp, and they also provide a counseling role to some of the younger campers. I think if they were excluded from camp, I think it would lessen the camp experience, and I know from working with them that they really enjoy being there, and I enjoy being there with them. So I hope next year that camp's just...
I've been going to Muscular Dystrophy Camp since 1974. Done a lot of growing at camp, but I find that the most valuable experiences I've had at camp have been after I became an adult. Before, when you're a kid, stuff like boating and fishing and swimming, that's camp. But I don't find that as meaningful as the social experiences that I've had. Since I've become an adult, I became an adult with other people at the same time, and we all grew together, and we were all supporting each other. I think the MDA camp is one of the best support groups that I could think of, and it's simply people hanging out together, socializing, realizing that we have a lot in common, and it's also a very good opportunity for us to interact with individuals who are not disabled. I feel that if this is taken away from adults, that a lot of people might lose the purpose and the meaning in their life. I know of people that look forward the entire year for camp, much like I do. A lot of people don't have a lot of going on, a lot of activities, and a lot of people don't have many opportunities for social interaction. So if this is taken away, the opportunities for interaction, for socialization, and all these things that are so valuable will be gone. A lot of people will be angry. A lot of people will no longer want to volunteer for the camp, and this could be jeopardizing the entire program. It's too valuable to take it away and to discriminate a certain group of people just because they're over the age of 21. I intend to go to camp as long as I can. I've been going since 1974. And
my name is Sharon Woodhouse. I've been coming to camp for about 8 years, and Marianne and I have been in the same camp for a couple years now. And I guess our friendship is just an example of a lot of friendships that we both have made at camp that are really important to us. It's important for us to continue the camp like this, to maintain our friendships, to get a chance for both of us to get away each year and have a lot of fun.
Hi, I'm Ernest that I have met at camp. Christine Moore. Camp in 1990 was the first year I went. It was a great experience to me. It was the first year, besides getting out of the bed, going to doctor, I went someplace else besides back to my bedroom. Camp to me was a loving inspiration. It's from the love from the beginning to the end. And it gave me the courage for 1991 that I know I was going back at the end of that week. It's so much love, so much caring, so it's just an experience that you yourself you have to feel. The people, the staff, everyone is wonderful. I thought going to camp I would never be able to get on a boat, in a swimming pool, on a horse, but I did. I did what normal people did. That made me feel normal and gave me the ability to know that I can do this. And that made me happy. That gave me a different outlook on life. It gave me a different outlook on things. It made me feel that I am what I am and I am loved. And the people at camp is the most wonderful people in the world. They give you an inspiration that keeps you coming back. And every year when you go back, you know it's going to be something in store for you. So that's the way camp has made me feel. And on behalf of my MDA family and my family, I will appreciate if I can go back to camp June 14, 1992.
My name is Michael Engels. I've been going to camp for 20 years. I'd like to share a short message with you. Some people take medicine for an easy trip. Some people take medicine to sustain life. My medicine is 1 week of laughter and love at MDA camp. A week's dose keeps me going year to year.
13 years, and I know I'm 3 We look forward for Ron to go to camp. That's the only relaxation we get. The last 3 years, I have volunteered to go to Ronnie with a camp with Ronnie for nights. And not only words, but experience I cannot explain to you how much it meant to me to be there and to see what wonderful things camp does for the patients and for
Last year was my second year at MDA camp. I really appreciate it, and I think it's good for the kids to see adult role models. I think it's a good thing for my wife and others, to get a change of pace, get away from each other, so to speak. That's all I can really say.
And I'm going to read something here that Roger's written for me. When I first got ALS, my outlook was grim. After 1 week of camp, my outlook changed tremendously. It gave me hope and friends and opportunities to do things I wouldn't be able to do by myself. But most of all, it also gave my father a week off. At MDA camp for about 7 or 8 years now.
Hi, I'm Bill Kensick. I've been a volunteer at MDA camp for 16 years.
And well, we're just wanted to stress how important we thought the adult camping program was, and that it means a lot more than just giving a recreational outlet for the adults 1 week at camp. It generates activities throughout the year between volunteers and campers. It generates dollars for people that get recognized. They know we help out with MDA and therefore give money to the telethon and other activities.
I think for me, going to camp is a very special part of the year because generally I don't do volunteer work. But putting aside a full week gives you the opportunity to get out and help people out. Plus, going to camp every year, having camp, permits me to sort of keep up relationships and do things with people all year round. So not only am I doing a little bit of work just during the week, but the week at camp, but all year round. And I think that helps sort of keep the volunteer pool going, having this particular event for adults every year.
It's important too that a lot of times the people that we work with tend to be in the adult age groups, and quite a few of them they have diseases that they don't set in or take effect till they're actually adults. And I've seen some of those people make some great strides, do things that with their disease they'd never be able to do on their own or would be afraid to try. And in that atmosphere, it really brings out the best in them. And I would never have met those people, and those people would never have those opportunities if adult camp didn't exist.
Also, I think the social aspect of the adults being able to get to camp permits them to meet other people. They can, set up networks, assistance networks, pass ideas back and forth on employment opportunities and whatnot. And I think that's incredibly important for them.
Living arrangements, transportation, everything.
Muscular Dystrophy Camp since 1971, and have accumulated approximately 35 camping sessions underneath my belt. This year I've been fortunate enough to serve as a camp coordinating staff member on the 1991 summer camp and also hold a seat on the 1991 camp committee. Some of the excerpts of the film of what you have just seen have come from our adult population at camp. There has been a rumor circulating and it has been confirmed that the adult camp population may be in jeopardy next year. We feel as a general consensus of this meeting that research and all the other patient service acts are very, very important, but these are things which are seen for the future. It could be a day, it could be a week, it could be a month. But what our camp situation does right now for the adult population is now, and we would just like to preserve that. The main thing we would like to stress through this correspondence and hopefully correspondence in the future is that we would like to remain operating in the guidelines of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. We are a positive facet of this association and not a negative facet, which we all know are out there at this point. We would like to, if possible, keep all communication systems open, and if anything that we can do as far as myself or the camp committee chairman, Cynthia Krasansky, please contact us immediately before this.
Demo
You said. Sit. Mac. Mac. Look at Tom. Look at Tom. Look at Tom. Look at him. Look at Tom.
Slippery turf, my boys have the advantage.
This looks like a disaster at quarterback.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, the only winless team in the NFC. And game number 4, the Silver Dome is the site for Minnesota at Detroit.
Yeah, this ought to be a good one, Greg.
The Lions defense has allowed 85 yards net rushing the last.
My name is Peter Kay. I'm going to camp for 13 years. And not including camp, my summer break. I worked with the Muscle used to be taught about. They're 14 years old. That's 15 years. And we've done so many fundraising events, my family and I, that it's hard to keep track. Camp is extremely important to me because it's the chance for me to get out of the shoes. But spend time with people that are from the regard as family. Camp has shown me that I could do anything because he had a try and maybe like an atmosphere there. To put a group of mustard speed people in a non-threatening environment for a week and show them that they could do anything they set their mind to is a great gift. It's something that you can't put a price tag on. From the time I started going to Muscle Camp in 1979, I'd met the greatest group of people. And I was 17 years old when I got there. I'm 30 now. So the whole teenage years, I was confused and felt so awkward about myself. They helped me through it. And I will be grateful to them because as a direct result of my experience in Muscle Camp, they helped me in a large part become the man I am today.
My name is Robert Schumacher, and I'm usually called Bob. I'm one of Jerry's older kids. I've been with Jerry's organization, the MDA, since about 1951. And in regards to camping, I've gone approximately 29 years out of about the 31 years that the Muscular Dystrophy Association has had health care for sponsors. And one of the things that I have observed over the years is the role modeling of the younger generations to the older patients. Many of them come out for one time and they're usually frightened, scared, uncertain, etc. for their own personal wants, needs, requirements. But once they're there, they can't stop coming back. So I think that camping is an integral part of patient service, a very important part. And that's one of the reasons I'm before this camera today. I hope and pray that we can continue on for many, many more years. Because it does act as a very good psychological therapy in my own viewpoints. Thank you very much.
My name is Lee Spila. I'm a camper for 14 years.
My name is Marcy Davis, and I camp volunteer for 9 years.
We want to tell you what camp means to us. Marcy's been my attendant for the past 5-6 years, and without camp, life would be very dull for me. I used to be very introverted, sit around under the trees playing games with my attendant and not doing much of anything else. I'll let Marcy tell a little bit about her experience and we'll talk together.
Well, I think camp has fulfilled my life more. I've met a lot of friends that I probably would never ever have, lifelong friends, and also made my very best and dearest friend in the world, Lee.
We have been asked about 4 years ago to do the workshops up at camp. These are participated in mainly by adults. We've had good response to them and we're getting along terrifically. I've become involved in many things through camp because I've met so many people and I'm becoming more and more extroverted. I volunteered to work for the chapter, we do a lot of volunteer work. But a lot of our stuff is geared to get volunteers, money, and supplies for camp. We do a lot of that during the year, besides just getting stuff for the MDA organization. Most of our hard work goes into the camp.
I think we really want to thank MDA for their support over the years, so that we have been able to go to camp.
The people that we have been able to help and get them out of their shells, depressions, because from my own experience, I've been able to tell them what I have gone through. And a lot of these people are returning to camp. They're becoming better adjusted people that were afraid of their disabilities, are very shocked by them, very depressed. And camp has helped all of us out of this depression. It's not perfect, but it's the best thing we have around.
What? Okay, I've been going to camp for, this next year coming up will be my 10th year. I started working telethon when I was about 13, 14 years old. I got involved because of my mom. She was involved with answering phones, and then she got more and more involved with it. She started doing telethon. Then she thought it would be a good idea for me to go to camp. Well, my first year was, I was 15 years old, and I was terrified at first. I didn't know really what to expect. But after my first day there, talking to a few people, I learned that the wheelchair and the braces, everything is obsolete. There's, there are people the same as me or you. The adults at camp, they really helped me a lot because I wasn't really used to working with younger kids at all. And being able to talk to the adults and get their views and opinions on their diseases and everything, and it kind of made me feel real comfortable at camp. And then actually I started getting more involved with the children, and I learned that the adults really made a big difference with the children. Because at the same respect, it made the children feel more comfortable knowing that what they were going to get into as they grew and progressed with their disease, that they could feel more comfortable and know that, there is life after, afterwards. Fundraising-wise, I've done carnivals, bed races, the telethon, special moments. every time I deal with them is a special moment.